in your 20s right here. And needless to say, this is something that I feel like a lot of people have been asking about because it's something that it's perceived as bad, but there's a lot of religion here. There's a lot of cultures, there's a lot of races, right?
Right.
And something very big in the Hispanic community, especially too in the music industry, is what I always hear, Santeria.
Santeria. Yes.
And
You see a lot of these artists wearing collares or within their songs, just throwing it in there. These the Mexican corridos, how they put a Santa Muerte, which is they turn her into this image that all she does is bad. And just like anything else, you can use for good or bad. It's up to the person.
right.
But she actually does more good than anything. And her story, like everything, her story, her backstory, who she was and what she was before she came La Santísima Muerte. Very interesting story. And yes, it's like, and nowadays, people are just told like it's bad, like this has ignorance. And ignorance is not a bad word. Ignorance means not knowing.
Right.
People are just ignorant, or they were just the way they were brought up. It looks different from most original Catholicism or Christian beliefs.
But just to start off real quick, it's just like, what is Santeria though? Like, what's the background for
Okay,
someone?
so Santeria. Okay, I'm going to show you the levels. The first level in the realm of this religion is espiritistas.
Okay.
So these people, all they do is they speak with spirits,
Okay.
the dead, past relatives, or somebody wandering. A spirit, that's who these people talk to. Now, the next person is Babalao. Babalaos, they have something called Ifa. They follow the religion Ifa, and it's more of divination. It's more of the way they do readings. They have numerous amounts of shells, and the way these shells drop, that's how they represent their readings and what they're saying.
Right.
Now the Santeria, and the way it says it there, Santo, Santeria. So San Miguel, San Pedro, Santo Tomas. So it's all about Santos, and it's all about patience, it's all about praying. And then the top of the chain is Palo Mayombe. My religion is called Palo Mayombe. There's another religion called Palo Monte. They're similar. The difference about Palo Mayombe and Palo Monte is Palo Mayombe is it's more dark because of the entities that they used. Palo Monte, it's more of a new generation. It's like the Bible. They have an Old Testament and a New Testament.
Yeah.
So the New Testament, the way they look at it, that's what they are. Palo Monte. Where I've come from, it's Palo Mayombe. So it's a little more deeper and it's a little more darker. When I say darker, is because my religion allows me to use the dead and still have God with me. I have God and everything. You probably won't see much, but on every stuff in here is God.
So it's like black magic and then white magic, right?
You sort of say, you can say it.
Okay.
You can say it like to people to understand it better. Yeah. So it's just using both. It's up to the person what I want to do.
And to enter this, like, is it a calling or is it because you decide to do it?
There's definitely, this calls you. This is not, you just, otherwise, yeah, people are born, definitely. Everybody, you're born with a gift. It's just you tapping into it, learning how to develop it and using it to your benefit. So everybody is just tapping into it. Now, the calling is many reasons people get called to this religion, life and death, health issues, or just real life problems that you need something strong like this is going to make it happen. There's a lot of, my respects to Espiritistas, Babalaos, and Santeros. No disrespect at all. But all of these people, at one point or another in their life, have to run to somebody like me. Why? Because like I just said, all these people stay in their lane with saints and spirits. They can't get their hands dirty. What do you mean by hands dirty? No pueden hacer mal. Now, in this religion, Palo Mayombe, it's allowed. It's just allowed to throw the rock and still say, yeah, I did it. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like it's more accepted nowadays just because of the music? Like you said, like Los Corridos?
They're turning it
Than 10 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah. Because 10 years ago, it was more of it was more secretive, more hush-hush. It's just more of a view now because, we said it is social media. these rap videos, these music videos. Yeah, they're putting it out there.
But do you see it as disrespect though? Because I feel like in some music I hear,
Of course, it's disrespect because one, they're just portraying the image about that because what are their songs saying?
Yeah.
It's just bang bang, I'm killing, I'm shooting, I'm selling, I'm fucking this girl, I'm doing this. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, that's a disrespect. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course. Like, and all in time, you know, todo sube, pero todo tiene que bajar. You know, so
I see, like, I'm asking like disrespect because I feel like a lot of people want to be like, oh, I got collares or I do this, but it's because it's popular, not because they believe in it.
right,
You know?
you're right.
So that's
It was more of a clout. It's more of a clout. Some people have stuff and they go to people, santeros or babalaos or people like me, and they'll pay hundreds, thousands of dollars to get these stuff. Just not know nothing about them, but just to say I have them. Snapchat, social media videos. You know what I mean?
So how do you?
This is disrespect because now they're using it just to. It become another fashion or something. You know what I mean? Like fuck, it's religion, it's faith, and these are the people that unfortunately, one way or another, they end up in a bad position. You know, and then people learn, and if they're learning, they do better. Then great. If they don't, they'll keep digging that hole for themselves, digging that hole. You know, but yeah, it's a big disrespect to use it and turn it into that's what they do. They just, you know, to glorify just all bad. And it's not. It's not. All this brings nothing but good. The majority of my stuff, it's always cleanings of families, unidad. La mayoría de la persona que viene es la gente que busca unión de familia, paz. What we all want, prosperity, to live a good life, you know?
To be good, to be great.
You know, and
just for the
everybody
people,
wants.
just for the people out there too, this is real. Like this isn't set up. This isn't like fake. This isn't like where we're here. Do we call it like an altar or what do we call it?
This is an altar.
An altar. Okay.
This is an altar, and this is casa brujo no come brujo.
Okay.
So there's different ramas in this religion, and my rama, and where I come from, is brujo no come brujo. My godfather is Nasako, Sako, Sarun en Poto, Mañana en Poto. En paz descanse ese hombre. Everything I know, I met that man when I was 14 years old, and he showed me a way that, wow, you know, like, I congratulate people that, like I said, I respect every religion. If you find some peace, some higher calling for yourself, that's great. I found mine, and this is great. And I've helped out so many people, helped myself, helped my family. And I'm going to continue doing this. And
but how do you get initiated then?
Initiation comes, like we said a second ago, if it's a calling that you need it. Now, before getting initiated, there's a consulta that needs to be taking place. Now, in this consulta, basically, it's a short, to the point, whether you are worthy and a person is not going to get into this for the wrong reasons. Like I just explained, the two difference, Palo Monte and Palo Mayombe. My way of, it's that. Nowadays, for these Palo Monte and then these new people, anybody can just join a religion. Anybody. There's no consulta. For my religion, for Palo Mayombe, there's three things that once you feel as a person that you got those, the rest will fall in place. Tienes que requerer y respetar a tu madre y a tu padre. Your parents can be pieces of shit to you, but you have to have that purity and that love for your parents because they gave you the life. El que no quiere respeta a sus padres, no matter how they were. You could have a piece of shit father that beat you, or a father that was not there, or a mother. That don't mean nothing. In your heart, you have hate, you're not worth it. Second one, you can't be a chivato. Chivato means chismoso. Run around him.
Yeah, gossip. Yeah.
This is a man religion. There's none of that. The third one, we're not homophobic at all. This religion is not homophobic because I consult gays. And in our family, there's a few gays and lesbians. So it's not homophobic. It's just that the religion does not accept gay people. Gay men. Because we feed this blood. We feed it rum, tobacco, candles. This is what they live off. And the main is blood. Men that, some of these men dabble and they bleed. just for the same reason that women, when they go through their period,
Mm.
they literally have to go that whole week, 2 weeks without coming to their room, seeing all this. They can't even have their beads on.
Oh, wow.
It's a disrespect to have anything or to come, because a person comes in here on their period, or a guy that's been playing around and it's blood somehow. Esto lo huele.
Oh, wow.
Esto lo huele. And it'll start to try to take you.
Oh, wow.
If you kind of understand what I mean, you know, it'll start to try to take hold of you, because that's what it needs. That's what they give it to it. I give it blood. This is what it keeps it moving and keeps it going.
So with blood, like what blood do you offer it?
Okay, the animals. So now for the animals that we use, everything is real quick, fast. We don't believe in torturing or hurting animals. It's definitely not humane. But we need them because the animals are the ones that collect everything. Now, when I clean somebody out and I have to consult, it could be different ways. There's different cleanings, whether it's with a rooster, a hen, a dove, a quail, a baby goat,
Oh, wow.
a cat. I mean, it depends what level of the situation you're in, the sangre it needs.
Oh, so like depending the animal, it's depending how much you're willing to.
Imagine finding you a baby bull,
Oh,
finding you a nice full goat.
so you're asking for a lot then?
Yes,
If you're
asking for a lot.
Wow.
You know, because that's good eating for them, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's different ways depending on the stuff. So now the animal gets used to clean you out. So now, particularly with a rooster, I clean you out, and you would just have to see it. The bird, before I touch you with it, it's like a normal bird. He's just moving, tossing. Yep.
Right.
The minute I say these prayers and I touch your body with it, it completely dumbs. Sometimes they dies in my hand. Sometimes
Wow, just like
it'll die in your hand. Or sometimes it'll die right before it gets to the cemetery, because it was so strong. And that's how you see. So the animal picks it up. That's why I'm always with people, like, we don't believe in torturing and hurting animals. So whether it's a cleaning, try to get to the cemetery as fast as possible. Se líder, porque ahí se suelta. Se muere el gallo y se suelta lo que le cogió.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get left there,
Okay.
you know? So that's why we use animals.
What is and this is like, just because you're mentioning the sacrifice, I don't know if you could say, what is something like bizarre people have asked for you, or something common people ask for you?
Oh man, I mean, okay, like I said, there's bad people and good people in the world. There's paleros. There's a lot of paleros out there, but not a lot of good ones. People ask for outrageous stuff. People ask to hurt people. You'd be surprised within family how la suegra, la yerna, no quiere a la hija, al nieto. Entre familias se tiran, you know. You'd be surprised. People want to hurt people. People want people dead. And they obviously want to use a different way.
Wow.
Because brujeria attacks the most weakest parts of your body. When I say body, it's if you're already sick, it's going to attack that and enhance it.
Wow.
If you have depression, it's going to attack it and make you more depressed.
Wow.
If you have insecurities of a lot of shit, it's going to kill and enhance it. It's going to mess you up. Brujeria is a hell of a fucking thing. So people ask for stuff. Now, I'm 40 years old, like I told you. You asked me, because I've been doing this since I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And I got my first pot when I was 14. This is my first one. Everything else I collected throughout the years, but this is the first one.
Okay.
And I started, practicing and took off on my own. I did stuff that I had to know 100% it was justified. Like, if somebody hurt you, somebody hurt your family, your kids, then I will do a work to hurt somebody. It has to be justified for me. I don't care about the amount of money, because I'm not in this for money.
It's for the morals, I'm assuming, too, as well. Yeah.
Morals and concepts. I said to you, oreja no brinca cabeza. I know my place, and I'm not jumping that cabeza. And to each his own. Like I said, there's a lot of paleros out there that will take the jobs. Tell them, I'm not. If I'm going to hurt somebody, it has to be justified. There has to be something behind it. Other than that, I've turned people away. People offered thousands, 10,000s. I want you to hurt this person. I want you to kill this baby. I want you to kill this girl's baby. I want her to have a miscarriage. And not my conscience.
Right.
Because when we all hit that one last breath, we're going to answer to every fucking thing we did. And I've already done a lot of bad shit in my life. I'm not going to carry other stuff. So when it comes to my religion and it comes to this, no. People ask and people try to pay, but not me personally. And like I said, there's a lot of people that I know that will take the jobs. You know what? Luego los ves jodidos with nothing. And that's how they end up, you know, when you use this for that.
I've learned a little bit about this because El Brujo Mayor, I don't know if you've seen his podcast or him. He's like el más grande brujo right now. Like right now, his name is El Brujo Mayor.
The Brujo Mayor, where's
Yeah.
from Chicago?
No, in Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico?
Yeah, for Guatemalco or Quetemalco or something like that. But it's
You know
like,
what? Honestly, no. I'm no. And
but he said what you just said too, where it's just like, I've been offered hundreds of thousands of dollars from politicians, musicians, but he's like, I will not do it if it gets more, like if it involves kids.
for sure. Oh, I have kids.
Ah,
You know what I mean? So even more. Because I have kids. Like, no, there's no, what? Are you crazy? Hurting a baby?
but also too, like if someone comes to you, because you're just completing what they're asking, right? So you're not doing it to the person, right? But let's just say if someone wants to pact with the devil, right?
Right.
Could you do that, or have you done that, or how does that work?
People that want to meet the devil, come on by. I'll let you meet him. Yeah, all that could be done. But growing up, I was very attached to my godfather. I think that's why I excel. I have hundreds and hundreds of brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that if this gets around and they see it, they're going to make their comments.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very close to this man. He took me under his wing. And I learned a lot that, there's nothing, no books, no nothing that could ever teach what that man was teaching. But he would take people that were incrédulos to the cemetery. He would go on top. We would go in front of a tomb. And he would throw a white sheet on the floor. And then a few words here and there. And then you would see the silhouette of a person rising.
Oh, wow.
Sheet.
At the cemetery.
In the cemetery. And then you just pull that sheet. And there's nothing there. Now, the reactions were funny. Some people shit themselves. When I say shit themselves, I mean shit themselves.
And you've seen that. You saw that in person.
A lot of times.
Wow.
But for other people that were new to this world and new to that, obviously, you know, the reactions were shitting themselves. People ran from there, left. People cried. People yelled. People laughed. People had... Wow. The reactions are amazing. It's just always like, to the incrédulos, that people were like, no, I don't believe in this shit. No, there's no... Okay, come on. So now when it comes to the devil, yeah, there's ways to get to him.
Right.
Somebody. But now we all know you don't got to be in no specific religion to interpret who the fuck is the devil.
Have you done those type of work before?
No. And I don't think I could go into that because I have God too much in my heart. People that want to follow that and go into that, they're just dead inside.
Mm-hmm.
They're dead. And those people, there's no way to trust those people, man. People that want to go and meet the devil.
Yeah.
Or for fun. There's people out there por curiosidad, for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
Like those people, oh my God. I've had people that play around and they bring them, family members have to bring them because I got to clean them out and do stuff because they were playing around with stuff. They didn't have to. The Ouija boards.
Yeah.
That's another door. That's another door, a spiritual door to bring people in.
You don't use that for participation?
Don't need to. This religion itself is, see, my divination and my consultas are these. So this is what I use. There's 4 shells.
Okay.
Okay, now, the way these shells drop, that was so funny because I was thinking something and just answered it. The way these shells fall, it represents the answer to me of what I'm asking. This is all I need. So Ouija board, like a spirit's here, a spirit there, or somebody like you.
It's like, yeah, if for people that know me too, and then, you know, we're just like seeing each other again for the first time in many, many years, what could you ask me that you can know the answer to, or something, or you see something in the future?
Okay, see where you go with this. Well, look, yeah, you have some kind of trauma that I don't think until you let it out. And letting it out is saying it to somebody or just saying it. That's letting it out. That subconsciously it blocks you. It comes in and out. I don't know what happened to you, but something happened. You were younger. You were young. You were a young man. And on and off, it pops into you. Do you have any idea what I'm saying to you? Now, you don't have to obviously go into details. But there's something that happened that it's a bit of a trauma at times. And I think you've learned very, very well how to block it. And how to not, I guess blocking it is not dealing with it and not seeing it. And like, if you don't see it or deal with it, it's like it never happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it's trauma, you can call it too, as well. But, you know, like just growing up, like family wise, you know, more personal and a personal level. It's just like, yeah, there's some trauma right there, you know.
Okay,
so
well,
people were in my life.
There was something though that affected you, and it still affects you to this day, on and off. And my best advice for you is letting that shit go. Telling somebody real close to you, or just saying it. It helps out to write it on a piece of paper. Maybe right now it might not click, but down in a few hours, tomorrow, it'll click what I'm telling you. It's something that's still, because you're pretty good in your life, man. You're pretty good. It's just that.
Does it say like future wise too, or no future?
We could go more. We could definitely go more.
By the shells, you can just tell, or how do you even read the shells then?
It's hard because it all goes plays. Not only the shells, is the muerto. So what's inside of these? What's inside of these things? It's stakes, particular stakes, and then there's a bone or a skull.
Okay.
Some got a skull. So now this bone, it's a person. Now this person was asked to come work. This is how a muerto is in here, and it's a lot like here. So now this muerto chooses beforehand if he's gonna work for you.
Oh, okay.
And if he accepts, and now he's mine, and he works for me. So now in all of these, they have muertos in them. And mine's that I've developed, the longest one I had, the longest, it's just, it's in me. Makes sense. So it's 1 and 2. He's telling me, and I'm seeing it.
Like it's just a muerto in you, or another.
You know, it's in me. Like well, I guess you could say it in me. He just walks for me. He's
okay.
You know, and me habla cuando necesita quebrarme. And then on top of that, reading this. So this is more. This actually helps me more with him because it clarifies more, and it gets more further ahead compared to him. A few things that he says. But that's how that works.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then I can't see too much because there is a process before you get a consulta.
Yeah.
First process is you have to place these in your hand. I got to put some lotion in your hand, and you got to rub. You got to say your name, your full name, your date of birth.
Oh, wow.
And then we go from there. The reason it's allowing me to, one, because we're blood. So it's familia.
Yeah.
Any family, any blood, our bloodline, our blood family, it's easy for me to consult and see you guys without your permission.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that, no. Oh, wow.
But you're my bloodline, you know,
Yeah.
related.
No,
so
100%.
it allows me to see stuff about you without asking your permission.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just to finish that part off, that trauma, bro, you block it. You blocked it. Let it go and watch how much of a difference you'll see for yourself. Because besides that, I think you're pretty good. Doing pretty good for yourself. But it's just that, like I said, it happened way, way years ago when you were young.
Definitely 100%. I agree too as well.
You'll deal with it, and then it'll click more with you what I mean. And like I said, if you can't feel that you could tell somebody close to you, write it down on a piece of paper. Because once you let it out on a paper, it leaves. And then little by little, it will really disappear.
Also too with, just to change a little bit of topics, it's like with brujeria that everyone talks about too, and it's more commonly known, I feel like more open. How do you know if someone te está haciendo brujería o te está haciendo mal? Because there's a lot of remedies where it's just like you clean yourself with an egg and muchas cosas.
Two things. How people pick stuff up. People could just pick stuff up. You don't necessarily There's a difference when you go to somebody and they're making a work to do something to somebody compared to you just being open and you just pick it up. Because everything is energy. This is where it plays science and religion actually go hand in hand. People try to separate the shit because science is explained thoroughly in detail. Religion can't. No, sir, it goes hand in hand. That's another topic. We'll speak on another time. But you can pick up stuff and that energy, because we're all little dots and this energy just builds up. And instead of you moving forward or back, it just makes you stuck. No te deja mover. And this entwines to the ruckus in people's lives. Shit not going right, problems with the spouse, with the kids, money problems, addiction, stuff like that. But
what are some things like personal? I don't know if you want to talk about it. If someone's done some brujeria on you, you know?
Well, because I've been doing this to help people, me he hecho enemigos because just helping people. You know, I'm going to tell you, you know who is your worst enemy? Our worst enemies?
Your tongue.
Your tongue. Because you're going to say something that someone's not going to like. And right away, si no le cayó bien, ahí te hiciste el enemigo. And you don't got to be in a religion. You don't got to be a priest. You don't got to be nothing. That negative, este cabrón, this, that, that right there turns and pushes that energy. You're just picking it up. And it's just tainting you.
I always hear this saying too también que me enterraron. You know, what does that mean? Like, oh, ya me enterraron, te tenían enterrado, tu foto.
Well, that's funny because somebody just used to text me about something we did earlier. It's just that. Es un trabajo preparado, and then they go bury you. Whether they bury you, whether the muerto or whether the destination is. It could be buried at a park. It could be buried at the cemetery.
Wow.
It could be buried in a pot inside the house where your spouse lives at. And your spouse will never have a fucking idea or clue that in that plant, her is preparing a little trabajito. You know, so it's anywhere. It could bury you. So they tenían enterrado. Now, in our family, there's people that have been enterrando people for a long, long time. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't know much. But as I grew older and get to see, I started seeing stuff that family members would do. And it made sense. But, like I say, el que brega mal, le va mal. Where the people at now?
But enterrando, what does that mean? Like, they want you gone? Because
they don't necessarily have to be dead. Te entierran for many ways. So, abobado, apelejado, salado, que te vaya mal. People bury people for different reasons. Que te vaya mal en el amor. So that everything else, you're working financially is fine. Your family's fine. But when it comes to love, you'll never
find it.
You know, or whatever. Or for somebody que tenga una adicción y que se le crezca más. Like, te tienen enterrado. And they'll find something about you.
I always hear in the music también, El abre caminos, el Elewa. I always hear about Elewa. How important it,
Okay, el Elewa es el único que en todas las religiones tiene que estar presente. ¿Por qué? Porque el Elewa es el que abre y cierra los caminos. There's nothing que no puede empezar sin el presente, porque él los abre y los cierra. Y el Elewa representa, en mi religión, el Elewa, para que tú lo conozcas, él se llama el Santo Niño de Atocha. That's the version in Catholicism.
Yeah.
El Santo Niño de Atocha. But in religion form, it's el Elewa. This little tiny Elewa right here.
That's Elewa.
That's Elewa right here. So tiny. Es un niño. Es un Santo Niño de Atocha.
Yeah.
And bien mischievous. He's around a lot. But yet he has the biggest job. He opens and closes all roads. He could open or close your road, open or close my road.
Wow.
You know? So, abre los caminos. There's nothing that goes without him in front.
So he comes first.
He comes first, yep, because he has to open the roads.
Because I always hear in like some corridos, they always talk about Elewa, or Los Santos, and I'm just like, okay, Elewa. So when I search it up, a kid pops up in Catholicism, because I'm Catholic. Yeah. And I always see it, and I'm just like, oh, wow. But then it's like different names too as well, where it's like he's morenito, but then he's white. You know, there's different forms.
That it's so funny because I actually got him different ways for that you can see him here in different forms. Oh, mira, niño. Aquí está el Elewa. You see him?
Oh, wow.
See that form? That's a niño there. Here, he's just a grown person there, but it's just different versions.
Different versions, okay.
Yeah. And then the sayings to him. Let me see. There's one picture that it'll make a lot of sense. Oh, look, let's say why again. So it says, Ochosi, Ogun y Elewa son inseparables y viven juntos en la puerta de Ile para que nada malo entre. Ochosi es dueño de las cárceles, pero Ogun tiene las llaves de esta. Ochosi no consiente ningún tipo de injusticia. This is Ochosi. This is anything to do with metal, police, justice, it handles.
Wow.
Another conversation, how I got released from prison because of Ochosi.
So you also mentioned too, like I want to touch topics on that too. When you were in prison you were facing 80 years, up to 80 years, and you only did 5.5, right?
5.5 my first bid, yeah.
And this religion helped you release.
It helped so much. What I did was enterré al state attorney, enterré a todo el mundo.
Wow.
People were embobados. We were in trial. People can't speak. They couldn't talk.
Yeah.
It was so close to be a mistrial.
Wow.
And then, put everybody in there because I used this that's 80 years. There's no way in hell. If I would have had Johnny Cochran, it still wouldn't have worked.
Wow.
This religion, my faith, helped a lot because it persuaded and manipulated for me to get the outcome that I did. Starting at that type of years to ended up getting at the years that I did, I lucked out. Because there's people that do way less crimes that I did.
Yep.
They get way more fucking time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I am blessed. My life is to them. My life is to them because I would not be here. The ups and downs, everything it's in their hands. There's a saying in my religion that says, Los muertos son mi confianza. And that's what they are. Every morning, you know what I ask for them? Dame la salud. I get everything else. Cuida y dale la salud a mi familia y a mis hijos. People ask for money, for stuff, for this, for that, for luxuries, for more clients, for more money. No, sir, I want salud. Dame la salud que me despierte todos los días. Mira que yo me consigo lo demás. I don't need nothing else from you but that. And I would not be here. And even in prison, I ran into funny because, for a lot of years I worked out of the Botanica, helped so many people. I've met individuals in prison that I did trabajos too.
Wow.
Amarres. The women that like to do amarres. Be careful. I'll tell you a little quick something. Don't let a woman, unless you don't trust her that well or know her, don't let her keep your nails, your hair, socks, or when you're fucking her with a condom, make sure you flush that condom.
I'm fucked.
Because your nail, that's you. It's you. It comes out of you. So it's, your cum, your nail, your hair, all that. Oh. And you really don't need all that. Just a sock. But I'm saying, brujeria. Yeah.
And that'll be like an amarre, like for me to fall in love with them?
For you to fall in love with them. I remember, I'm terrible with names, but I'm very great with faces.
Uh-huh.
And there was men that I was seeing in prison. I moved around when I was in prison. They moved me around. So when I was jumping from joint to joint, I was meeting guys that it was like, bro, I did a trabajo to you. And then the conversation unraveled to, man, I'm here because my girl, and then nothing was going right until my girl did. Look, brother, I did a trabajo to you. I shit your life.
Damn.
Some of them took it and understood it and made sense. Some of them were like, nah, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
Crazy. But yeah. And then some of them are very detailed that I remember details of like their women,
Yeah.
So like it was so like, no, for real. And it made sense to them, Yeah, I was in there. And then one particular guy that I took very much liking of, he was a really cool guy. Like I said, amarres, I don't need to justify it. It's a love work. You want somebody, which is, there's always somebody wanting somebody they can't have. So they resort to this. Now they can't do it with money. Your money's not that big. Because some men or some women are not drived, or they don't get drive by money or luxuries or shit, other shit. So they have, and they resort to this because it makes it a fuerzas. But by doing this, you're always gonna have to touch that amarre. That person's always gonna be with you because you have them like that, not because they're for their own will.
But isn't it like karma? Let's just say, hypothetically, if I were to do a trabajo on someone, and let's just say they get themselves cleansed, right? Doesn't that bounce back to me?
Yes, if you did a trabajo with a santero or babalab, but now we're Palo Mayombe, I get the golpes. This is what I was saying. I get the enemies. So when I help people and clean them and all that, the person who did the daño, they're no longer focusing on the person. They're focusing on who helped them, who took what they did, who took their spirit, their deen, and their creation, and send that shit back. And I give this option to every person who sits in this chair. Whatever cleaning it was, I give the person the option. Tú quieres regresarle lo que te hicieron a ti, a la persona. Some people say no because they're scared. Oh, I don't want karma. But listen to what I'm saying. Vamos a regresar lo que te hicieron a ti. You're not sitting here asking to do back. What you're doing is taking what you had and sending it back. Me, I live by a motto, eye for an eye. You take one of mine, I'm going to take 10 of yours. That's just how I live. That's my motto. So I give the person the option. Some people take it and say, no, fuck that person. They wanted me fucked up, send it back. That's all.
Right.
And it's
simple, yeah.
And there's no dirt in your hands. There's no karma because you're not hurting. All you're doing is sending what they did. And then that person gets it, and then they figure out some shit's going on. I mean, it's an enemigo, a spiritual enemigo.
Wow.
A lot of wars. These candles got to stay lit, bro. This is called chamba, by the way. Chamba is a very prepared drink. This is what the muerto drinks.
Wow.
These are peppers. This has been here for over 15 years. These
wow.
Peppers. Yeah. So now this is where, and they live off this, bro. This has to be all the time because the war is always going to be there. The enemigos que tengo que me he hecho por nada, por ayudar a gente. But this is what I chose. This is what I do. And for me, it's just a quick cleansing. Yo solito me limpio, me lo quito.
While doing these works or doing works, what have you seen or what presents itself or what do you see? Because I know you told me the sheet where someone presented and there was nothing underneath.
What, do you want? I mean, yeah, you can see them. You can see them, and it's not no fucking see-through ghost. No, you're gonna see that person.
Like it's a person as a whole.
You think they're flesh and bone, but they're not.
Wow.
There's no Casper the ghost that you see through somebody.
Right.
No, sir. The footage that people catch on the CCTV shit.
Yeah, that's fake.
It's not fake, but you barely see shit see through. You see like a person. You see a person like if it's flesh and bone.
Right.
But then, just like that blink, say, wow. That's it. If another time you wanna, but the only thing about this is it has to be past midnight and it has to be in the cemetery.
Oh boy.
I'm sure that the world is ready to see shit like this.
That's crazy.
Because, like I said, the incredulos, look, people, there's good and bad, and there's a million religions out there. Find what you want for yourself, what makes you better, what makes you feel better. Your higher calling for yourself. But there's always bad and good. And all I'm just saying is I'm glad that I'm on the side, that I'm spiritually prepared for the golpes and for the bullshit. And a lot of my immediate family were pretty good, gracias a Dios. And it's helped us because if this was not in our lives, it's like, who knows where we would have been? Who knows where I would have been?
So when someone comes to you too, and let's just say there's some demonic work, how does that get contained? Because they don't go away, right? Or
the animal. So I'll take away, cuando voy a la casa de alguien, if there's something in your house.
You can see that.
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's where we take the animal. Ghostbusters. Sure you're familiar with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
A little fucking machine they put out there on the floor to pick up the spirit. Well, the animal does that. The animal is the little box. The animal picks it, and once it picks it, I know when it's in there, and I leave. Same thing with the person. You have it on you. I know exactly when it's in the rooster.
Wow.
The animal that's in.
Does it present itself like it's... Can you
I'll see it right before it goes in there. And then I'll see who sent it. And that's sometimes I love it because I bump into a lot of people that I help, that I have a lot of brothers and sisters, like I said, that are out there doing terrible shit for no reason. And I see them doing the works.
Wow.
You know, and it's like,
Just for curiosity, like how does it look? Like how do you? I don't want to call it or anything, nothing bad, but it's just like question.
it's just like that glimpse. How could it's just I see it.
Is it really that like horrible looking or scary looking?
It's not no fucking movies, the nun and the cursed and all that shit. Nah, brother, it's a human face.
Wow.
And it's just what mind blows you is that you're looking at it and then it's gone. But it's there and you see it perfect.
Wow.
So you don't have glasses, so you have 20/20 vision.
No. I got glasses. I just got contacts right now. Yeah.
You would see it clearly. Like I said, the people that I've seen, or my godfather would take people, telling people the reactions. People like piss themselves, shit themselves, like bowel movement on themselves.
Yeah.
To see something like that. There's people that were traumatized.
Wow.
That after that, their life just was not the same. To being exposed to seeing something like that.
To see that, yeah.
Some people got so scared and they move and they turn Jehovah's, they turn Pentecostals, they go and they think that they just want to go live under a church and that's gonna. You could go anywhere. The bad's gonna get to you regardless. Like I said, bad or good is gonna go where you. There's no way you're sleeping in the church. It's not gonna go in there. It's gonna go in there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It doesn't. You know, it's just who the person is was doing the work. How strong that person is how it's gonna affect the person. 1, 2. Their muerto's good. My muerto's fucking amazing. They were all done by my godfather. My godfather made these and
these the sculptures and if someone were to come here that's not you, what would happen? Let's just say if someone just came here just to mess around or break it or
this whole building, like I said, I just rent the basement. This whole building's full of tenants. I had every tenant in this building stop me. Wow. Talk to me, and some ask for curiosity because when they're doing their laundry, they see and they hear, and most of them are okay. Some of them are a little bit
skeptical.
Yeah. But yeah, they feel it and they see it.
Wow.
You know, and they address me because they know what's in there, and there's no you can see it. You can see through the door.
Yeah. There's no.
So I'm sure they've taken their peeks and see this. You know. But for the most part, everybody's okay with it because once I tell them, and then all Latinos, this is this is for our culture. Those blancos and the morenos don't understand so much about this.
Have they come to you like that?
Of course, everybody. I've got blancos, indios, chinos, güeros, everything.
For real?
This and for everything, for love works, or for just limpias or love works. It's not. You'd be surprised. I'm telling you, I've had doctors. I have a doctor that reached out to me for cops, just people that you wouldn't think, people that you would never even guess they would mess with this or even think about something like this. You know, they're no longer the owners. There was the last owners, the previous owners of Tony's Markets.
Yeah.
Insult that family.
What?
Italian family. They're really great. They sold off everything to the new people now.
Yeah.
And they just took off back to Italy. And they got pots. They took stuff with them. There's people out there right now, bro, that I met throughout the years, and they moved away, went to other states or out of the states, and they took stuff from me. There's the people out there that are attached to me one way or another because of this. Because once you get, whether you get a collar, whether you get an amulet, whether you get something from it, you're attached to me. So,
my understanding is like if you enter that religion, you have to offer what you say you're going to offer them in exchange of something you're asking for them, right? Let's just say you don't deliver.
No.
No.
That's another. Yeah, that's a. I don't know how that got painted like that, man. No, it like I said, to get in this religion is because you need it, or because you were just born for it. Like I said, the people that were needed is because you're going through a health problem, someone's trying to kill you, some shit, heavy shit that this religion you needed to get initiated for this protection that brings to you. So you would only get initiated if you needed it. Other than that, like this is that's why there's not much information about this because it's not, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Could you tell us how accurate is it to see? Because a lot of people I have friends to Kavayan. They want to see their future or their past or who's doing what. How accurate is it?
Very accurate, because it'll tell me. It'll tell me like
names too?
specific, not names, but it'll describe people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, example, like, oh, let's say they having a problem with a person, and the muerto will describe the person a bit. Like, mira, una persona trigueña, you know, chaparra, you know,
Oh wow.
or this person, you had some kind of words like this. You know, it'll break some details down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you have somebody that's interested in get a consulta, they can come and check it out. I rarely don't do curiosity. I turn away a lot of people for curiosity, but in the name of this, as far as getting it out there and there's knowledge to
educate.
to educate and have people, yeah. And I wouldn't mind, especially if the person wouldn't mind having it recorded. That'll be actually great, because I wouldn't know this person. You will bring this person to me,
You would do it live.
and I will do it live for them, and I don't know them. And then obviously, I mean, show it, you know, show it firsthand for what this is. It's so funny because today, like I said, I did a spiritual thing earlier today. I had, in that box out there, there's a dead rooster. Ya lo maté. Está dentro. That's why the sign's on the floor. It's a little bit of blood that's still fresh from it. But yeah, I just did a trabajo earlier in the morning.
Oh wow.
I did a trabajo. I did it's just basically the open roads, you know?
Yeah.
And caminos. Huh? Yeah. But that'll be fun to bring somebody you
I'd be down, man.
choice.
Yeah.
Like I said, not knowing them at all, and just prove it to you guys for what this is, what these muertos represent, what they do, how far did you go, you know? Yeah.
What's the most common thing people come to you though for? Number one thing, I'm assuming money or love.
Amares.
That's
Love, bro. That's like, fuck. Everybody wants somebody they can't.
and mostly women coming. I'm assuming too.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, mostly women, but yeah, it's a fair amount of men.
Oh wow.
You know, but yeah, mostly it's the women. Yeah, that come. And a love work is not se lo dejo a la persona, because you want to make somebody love you and be with you a fuerzas, knowing that it's not in their heart. It's not them. You basically zombie somebody to love you and be with you.
It's horrible.
If you're okay with it, I love it. But that's the only thing. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, paint that picture to yourself, to the media, to your friends, the like. But deep down inside, that person's with you because you're going to amar it.
Wow.
Yeah, 90% of my trabajos are loved ones.
So,
and I don't need to justify that because it's love. You know, they want somebody like that. You know, that's it. Sometimes, though, it backfires on the person. There's no karma. What I mean it backfires is they want the person, oh, quiero que me quiera, que me busque, que me ame, da, da, da. Then it just becomes too much. Se empalagan, it's too much. Now you can't even go take a piss without this fucking person watching.
Okay.
So now is when they bite a little more they can take, right?
Yeah.
So now when this comes into play, like with this, it's called petitions. So you have to write out what you want. And this is when I tell the person, sé muy detallista en lo que estás escribiendo. No solo pon, quiero que me quiera.
That's not, yeah.
I'm saying be a little more, you know. So people that I've had that came back because they're like, it's too much. Now I want it off of me. I want them off of me. So now every work, every amarre, whether it's a muñeco or however it's prepared, it has to get buried. And the location of the bury is very important because it comes to that point. The person ya no la quiere. Y yo se lo digo a la persona, look, you want this person, you for whatever, your benefit of money, love, whatever you're doing.
Right.
But when you're tired of this person and you no longer want them, do the right thing and break that up and let that person live their life. Because the person do a trabajo, ya lo tienen, y ya agarraron lo que quisieron, and they don't want them. If you don't break that person will not move on their life. They'll be stuck for you.
That's
while you move on with your life and marry kids and whatever, this person is a pendejada, depressed, fucked up, stuck on you. And it's not fair. But I tell this to every person. His work has to be broken if you're not gonna be with this person more. If you don't longer don't want anything else with the person.
And one of the final things too, just to wire it down a little bit, there's also good stuff too. White magic, right?
Oh, of course, man.
What are some miracles have you seen?
Man, paz, unidad de familia, que unas a una familia. Break up a happy home. It's not cool. And then not only has to do with love work, it's just problems. Could be addictions, money problems, problems within the marriage. To help people, to bring that peace for them, help a lot of kids. Like I said, people do harm to within family. Quiero que le vaya a mi nieto porque mi nuera no me cae bien y que le vaya mal al baby, you know, all that, but in family. So like cleaning kids off, and you know, has escuchado que hay niños que los curan de espanto.
Mm.
You know, I love that. I love helping kids.
Mm.
You know, uniting people, helping people that are really sick for real, and that there's no medicine that can help them but this.
Is there any specific one where you seen you're like it's so advanced, but you help them cure that?
I mean, it's not a disease. I'm not sitting here telling you we're fucking creating antidotes to diseases. What I mean is, some people can't get out their rut without this help. Like, there's people that I've turned away and say, I can't help you. A doctor can help you. A doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's certain things that science helps, and certain things, and then there's when they meet in the middle. You know, they go hand in hand. Now, the best thing I think is that, bro, just helping to cleanse out for the kids, because you help a kid at a young age, and you give him a better shot for his life, so things come out better. Que le vaya bien, you know. And another thing is the same thing with the kids. I have a lot of moms that have problems with their teenage kids. And, you know, Chicago, life wild. You know, they're out there gangbanging, shooting, selling drugs, acting stupid for no reason. Moms are going crazy. They come for help.
That's great.
And as long as that the person, see, this is where, little quick narrow, this religion and this whole thing, it's all free will. I don't brainwash. There's no brainwashing. There's no persuading. There's no. So, tú tienes un programa con tu hijo, traen a tu hijo y tú dile que le vamos a limpiar. Si tu hijo acepta venir a su free will, and I've helped a lot of families that their kids were in bad roads like I was, but there was nobody to help. This helped me, and they got me out.
This one, just because I'm very curious about this, you don't have to answer to it, or I could just like block it out. A lot of people from La Maña come to this, like a lot of Santerias and stuff like that. I'm not saying that they come to you because I don't want to expose or put no one in danger, but it's just like, what do they ask? Because they all end up dying either way. It's like a 5-year, 5-year deal. That's it.
It's people, you'd be surprised, man. It's they ask. Some people want to know how they're gonna die, and that's the dumbest shit to me. I think that's the dumbest shit to me. I don't want to know.
And they can know, and they.
Wow. I don't know. Because then I'm just gonna shut this.
Yeah. You'll
avoid dumb situations.
You won't live the life. Yeah.
Horrible with it. Horrible with it. Certain things I just think is just to be not told or said or nothing. It's just, you just let it be. Why you want to find out how you're gonna die, when you're gonna die, and how you're gonna die? We don't have that. Leave that for God. God has that choice for you, not you.
And what's the most bizarre one the thing that you're just like, wow, you're gonna end like that, man? Because there's torture and stuff, and that's, I feel like, the most gruesome way.
I think torture and the torture, and then that's the tortures. There's different levels of torture, bro. Oof, there's different levels of torture. But yeah, Palo Mayombe, man. It's very take some time for yourself to like research it. You're not gonna find much. You're gonna find Palo Monte.
Yeah.
And a lot of Palo Monte, but not Palo Mayombe.
And when you pass away, last one. When you pass away, do you see yourself going to God, or how does that work? Like, where do you see yourself when it ends?
Everybody has and is gonna make their own assumption till that day comes for them. But for me, from what I've seen, you have that option to go into that beautiful paradise, or put right back into this.
Wow.
My godfather had family members in his pots.
Really?
Yeah, that when they passed, their wishes were to be cremated or their bones to be put into a pot.
Oh, wow.
Because their family, they're gonna help even more.
Yeah.
My godfather lived to be 103. But when you see this man's face, he looks like he's fucking 60 years old. This man was so protected and well protected by the muerto. He came to United States in the 80s, kicked out by Fidel, in the balsa.
Where was he? Oh, he was Cuban.
He's a Cuban, 100% Cuban.
Oh, wow.
He's from Matanza, little town, amazing.
You call him Padrino? Like, is that like a nickname or not? No.
It's actually a title.
Okay.
When somebody, it's a title, Padrino. You get to the honors to get that title. But his name is Ruperto Garcia.
Okay.
But the title is, and his full name in the religion is Nasako Sako Saruna en Poto Mañana en Poto.
Huh.
It's a lot. It's
The tongue twister, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really cool, like, fascinating too. Yeah.
And they met him, they were like, nah, he was not that old. And I used to go take him to do DMV stuff and like
103. Wow.
nothing about that man. You know what I mean? Like, and the man was just.
And he recently passed away, you said?
I was in prison.
Okay.
This last bit right here. And unfortunately, he was trying to hold off. But I know that he was fighting for a long.
Mhm.
Can you imagine outliving your family? Everybody. He outlived everybody. He outlived all his family, obviously his parents, sisters, brothers. He outlived one of his kids. Ese hombre llegó a un punto de que ya estaba muerto en vida. Ya llegó a un punto para allí. Tanta gente que ha ayudado y dado. So many people. So many people know that man. Chicago, there was nobody like him, and there's never going to be nobody like him. I should have saved the better.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard ride iPhones. But I'm still learning how to use phones.
I'm just describing like the vibe here, like to the cameras. I mean, pretty much it's like, this is the real deal. This is
Roberto Garcia.
Oh, wow.
Godfather. Look at him, man. And at that, so this, I want
There's 103 in that photo?
No, this one should have been, so this was like, I want to say 15, so take away 15.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It's 85. So 85, almost 90 between there.
Wow.
Yeah. This man he's everything. He's everything to me now. Oh, look, here's another picture of him.
Oh, wow.
My man's, bro. That's just like, one more. Let me see. I'm going to show you the, people think like I have backups. I got brothers and sisters in the religion, right?
Yeah.
You know? And then, so when my godfather died, it divided a lot of people, you know? I'm just glad that I'm good with the people that I'm with. And that's all I made. But I do have another basement when I have an army.
Oh, wow.
Some of these don't have crosses. Some of these don't believe in God. They only believe in the devil.
Will you show the camera? All right.
So I got another basement when all these are, like we spoke, different levels of trabajos, different things. There's heavy shit. I will go here, This is my backup. This is, and some of these pots, they don't believe in God. They believe in the devil. There's pots that don't believe in God nor the devil. They only believe in themselves. Very hard to tame. That's why we have chains
to lock up the evil.
And it's even though it's just what it is, because of this lock being there, they can't leave.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So yeah, everything's contained and can kept real good. We control it well.
And those are in basements of Chicago then, right? Wow.
And there's so many of them all over the place. You'd be surprised. But my new journey, a new chapter in my life, hopefully by before the year of 2026, or the end of this year, I'm gonna have my own church, and I'm gonna continue in the name of my godfather. I'm naming it Botanica Nasajo. And we were saying earlier, I love spreading knowledge. The thing about Palo, and it became so secretive, it was because it was selfishness. People didn't want people to know more than them or to be better.
It's gatekeeping it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, I've seen that through a lot of years, and I've seen that in a lot of houses, a lot of ramas. Not with me. Everybody that steps into here is going to be well known in knowledge, because I want you to learn to defend yourself. I'm not going to be here forever. my godfather shows the perfect point. We're not going to be here forever. I want people to learn que se defiendan, que caminen y paren por ellos mismos. You don't need to go to no people that waste so much money and people that get trained. And sometimes I don't blame the people. Cuando tú estás en un apuro, people will pay and give. There's fucking nasty paleros out there that fuck women. Fuck women. Like, mira, el muerto me dijo que the only way you're going to get fixed if I fuck you.
Whoa.
La pendeja,
Yeah.
la pendeja por tan apuro de su problema is just ignorant. She'll do it because she thinks it's going to help her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dirty fucking assholes looking at people that don't last. You know what I mean? But for that, people to get real help. I've been helping a lot of people. I don't promote myself. I don't have cards on. My whole thing is word of mouth. I help you, you give somebody else. And this is how I keep track.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. And everybody's just patiently waiting for this church. Abrir una casa de pano. Y continuo. Tengo todo lo que necesario para abrir una casa estable. We talked about the religion that really has a history and you can pinpoint where it came from. My godfather came from a place where some books is written, established. The house that he created is established. So I'm going to continue all that the right way. The right way. And I want people que aprendan a defenderse, a caminar por ellos mismos. No selfishness. For what? For what? I want to pass on everything I have that he brought me, and I want to just pass it to people.
Well, Israel, man, thank you for your time and thank you for this, for the educating and letting me in here actually too, to actually see like the real deal and for like people to actually see the real deal and answer some questions, man. Because
just be very cautious, because I don't look like somebody that does this. You see me in the street, you wouldn't even know. You probably be worried about other shit than be concerned about me knowing how to do something like this. So be very careful who you fuck with in the world. Yeah, it's a pleasure. We're going to do this again.
Oh, yeah, part 2.
Part 2, a consulta on live.
Oh,
somebody that I've never met. Yeah, decirle, please do, whoever you pick, for them not to be, they have to have that good thick skin. Because les tengo que decir sus verdades.
Okay.
There's people que no pueden aceptar la verdad. You know what I mean?
No, I got
But I got ready for the verdad. Come check it out.
Alrighty, boys. So you already know, in your 20s here. So check out the last podcast with Danny Rea. So I'm here with Israel. And this, like I said, 100%, this is authentic. This is no playing around. This is no nothing. We did not set this up. I'm actually here in an altar. And like I said, hey, I'm here to, it's not called expose, but to educate you guys. And I do it all, musicians, anything, this is just educational. But all right, guys, so check it out. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you already know, YouTube too as well, Facebook, Feet Finder too, maybe, man. I might sell my feet for $2.99, but check it out. All right.